Yo, what up everyone? Today I'm going to be building a nice little cedar deck here. Here's the location. Got all the material delivered already. Yeah, it's going to be a fun one, so stay tuned and watch how it goes. Alright, I got all the whole locations in for our deck blocks here. We're going to have 12 in total. I just put them out, laid them out in the grid. I said dig down just slightly and then put a little bit of gravel underneath them, tamp it down, and then that's what I'm going to put them in. Looking better though. It's looking a lot better, son. Boom. Okay. Now, how does that line up? Lines up pretty good. And it's slightly low too. I think it's slightly low. So I got packed up, yeah. So I'll put some gravel, a little bed of gravel. The postings. Boom. A little gravy in there. Maybe a little too much gravy. A little gravy on the turkey. Oh man, they popped a hole. That's fine. And then spread it out nicely. Oh yeah. And then, oh, I can't do this. I gotta hold this in my chin. Hopefully that was clear. I dropped that in and then okay. Damn, this thing one's got a hole in it. That one's got a fucking hole in it. It's got two holes, just like a real woman. Ooh, hoo, hoo. And then once we got that one seated right, we check. Oh, I'll do this with one hand because I'm a fucking G. We checked with the 2 before. Check with the 2. Oh, okay. Boom. Went in that end. Didn't go in there. So I shifted around a bit. Okay, there we go. I got all the beams ready to go. It took a bit of messing around. Now I'm going to lay out some of the dirt and then spread out the landscaping fabric. Just laying out the fabric here now. Notching it around the blocks. And then putting gravel. Got all the weed barrier in place. Looks pretty good now. Covered up all that dirt mess. Now that's pretty much it for the foundation. Now I can start framing. Start running my beams. Getting them all level to each other, and then start with the frame and all that stuff. So all the beams in place. I used to pray for times like this, face ass, but yeah, look, that's looking pretty level right there. You probably can't see jack shit. Boom, looking level. Boom, boom. And then boom, boom. Boom, boom. Yes, sir. Now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and tape these mofos. I'm gonna go ahead and tape them. Tape thing, no? Jeez Louise, buddy. Ain't no fucking WCB on this bitch. Don't hurt yourself. I go and get it regardless. Do it like I'm an artist. All the beams are taped up. Now I'm gonna put the first 4 perimeter pieces, check the diagonals, and then see if it's square, nailed in place, and go from there. Now that I've got the 4 perimeter joists in, I'm going to check the diagonals here. Check the diagonals, make sure it's square, and then toenail everything to the beams. Alright, bad news. I can't check diagonal. This post, I have just enough room to check, but right here is the problem. This tree and the post are in the way. So what I'm gonna do is line it up with this sidewalk here, and then I'll do my 3, 4, 5 triangle for squareness. I'll probably go 9 feet that way, 12 feet that way. Actually, I don't even have 12 feet. So I'll go 6 feet that way, I'll go 8 feet this way, and I'll go 10 feet that way. And that should be pretty good. Let's check. I got my 6 foot mark here. I got my 8 foot mark here. Now I put a little screw on so that when my tape is hooked on there just right at that 6, and then we're gonna have, that's it right there. Yeah. Another cool trick I did to find the diagonal number to check for square is I did that number squared plus this number squared, and then found the square root of that, and then that gave me the diagonal number. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So the number ended up being 203 and a hair over a 16th, which we're not fighting hairs here. Let's go there. So remember that number, 203 and a 16th hair over. So when we do that, see what we got here, 203 and about an 1/8, which is pretty good. Good enough for me. I think it's been a couple hours since I recorded, but I've framed up most of it. Check it out. Yeah, I got the end pieces for the picture frame. I'm gonna do a little border around this tree here. This beautiful tree. I'm gonna do a little border here, so that's why I have that blocking there. Yeah, I still gotta do more blocking. I'm gonna do a row of blocking down the middle beam here, and that's pretty much, that's it for the framing. And then it's getting pretty late here, so I'll probably just tape it up tomorrow morning and work on finishing it all tomorrow. I'm just wrapping up for today now. I got it all framed up. The blocking is in. The blocking around the tree is in as well. Yeah, just cleaning up. Tomorrow, first thing, I'm gonna tape it and then start looking at decking the thing. So, what up, y'all? Today's a new day. I'm gonna pick up where I left off. I'm gonna start taping all the joists now. Let's get it. That's the deck all taped up. Now what I'd like to do is work on the skirting here all the way around. That way I can bang out the decking. So I got these little blocks here that I nailed to the rim joist, and that's how I'm going to attach the skirting there. I'm going to do that all around the deck and then put the cedar onto that, and then that'll be my skirting. And my pieces were slightly short because I built the deck 12 feet wide and these boards are 12 feet wide. So I had to put a joint in between, and I put a little scarf joint. It looks pretty nice. Little scarf joint, bada boom, bada bing. Little 45 at the end. Yes, sir. So that's gonna be proper. I might have to go buy some more boards, but it looks really nice. That's how it's supposed to be skirted. Now that's how you do skirting. Look at that miter, man. That shit tight as hell, bruh. Woo! Pretty good. Here's all the skirting done. I went as tight to the ground as possible, and I also put some gravel here at some of the spots. Some of the gappy spots here. But here I didn't need it because it was pretty tight to the ground. I got gravel there. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Wrapped it around the whole deck. Ka-ching! Ka-ching! Yes, sir. Yeah, here I put some gravel as well. Yes sir, now I can start my actual decking. Get to the fun part. Do the couple picture frame pieces first, and then start decking the whole joint. What up though? Let's take a... What up though? I forgot to take an update video, but this is where I'm at. Hiya! Started the decking. I put two picture frame boards up. Look at that miter looking real good. Nice 45. I'm just keep going with the decking. It takes quite a while though, but yeah, that's where I'm at. End of day here, about 3/8 of the way there, but it's getting pretty late, so I should wrap up and then probably come in for about 4 hours tomorrow to finish it up. We back for day 3 on the deck job here. We're looking at finishing it all up today. Yes sir. I'm at the tricky bit here around the tree, and I'm just gonna wrap around it with a 1x4 and then notch the deck boards around that. So it's looking pretty good so far. Ding! I just got to put one on this side, and then I got to notch one out for that post, and it should look pretty good. Little border around the tree. You gotta respect the trees, because if it wasn't for trees I wouldn't be doing all this, right? So you gotta do a little design for the tree, show respect for the tree, put in work for the tree. I love the tree. I just spent a bunch of time on this piece right here, and this is the moment of truth. We're gonna see if it fits. Let's put it in. Oh, it's fitting pretty good. It's pretty tight, but I think it might work. Let's check over here. Fit some taps. You gotta be careful with these pieces. Oh, it looks like it might fit. Might fit. Oh yeah, I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work. Oh yeah. Nice. These last few pieces are gonna be pretty tricky here. I got one of them cut already, and this is a second moment of truth here. I gotta handle it with care. You know what? Fuck. I handle it with care. See if it fits. Oh yeah, oh yes. I cut it a little short so I could have that gap on both sides. Yes. Nice. We got a real tricky one coming up here. I gotta notch it around the frame for the tree and notch it around this post. And the hardest one is I gotta notch it around this post as well. I don't see how I can get it in because I can't slip it through the top. So I think I'm just gonna have to cut the notch down the center and have a butt joint there. So yeah, I'm gonna cut it and then see how it fits. Yes sir! It took a bit of messing around, but the piece is in. Tight around the post. Tight around the post. Oh yeah. That was the hardest piece. I'm glad it's over with. Yeah. I just threw in the last piece for the deck, and the deck is officially done. This last piece here. Luckily it was only a 4 1.5 inch rip. I tried to make it so I didn't have any rips, but I was 1 inch off by the end, so that's not too bad. Doesn't look bad at all. I'm gonna fuck around and do some post bases here now. On these posts, why not? Let's see how that goes. Post bases were a failure, but that's okay. I gave it a shot. And the deck, I'm still very happy with the deck anyway, so that is it. That is the whole deck. Take a look at this little frame around the tree. Putting. Yep, the skirtings. Little boom, here's the front. A little bit of gravel there. Yes sir, yes sir. Yes sir. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I also live streamed the whole thing, so make sure to subscribe and check into a live stream next time it happens. Peace.